I'm about to embark on something I've never done before, and that's to make a video. Probably because Laura's out of town and I'm bored, and it's Sunday. Not a great Sunday as far as weather, so I figured I'd do this instead. Number one, first part of the video, an expression of gratitude. And the gratitude is to you. For all of you that have come out recently to different Hot Flash gigs over the past years and most recently, we've really enjoyed getting to know you. We've made a lot of friends out of it. You know, it's because of you that gives us a purpose to play as much as we do. And, you know, for me personally, just to see the passion and the intensity out there when we're playing, I can't tell you how grateful that we are that you guys come out and support us and, you know, just have a great time based on all the comments that we get. So really sincerely thank you. This next year in 2025 actually embarks the 10th year that we've been together. The same four guys have been a crew. So, you know, without my mates, Khan, Sean, and Rafis, couldn't be, you know, possible to do this. And, you know, we've had some fill-in drummers that, you know, are very important to what we do. So to Mark and to Chris, you know, really want to give them a shout out. But again, you know, a thank you to all of you. Really, we got some cool things coming up. We're excited, but without you, you know, it would not be possible. And, you know, a lot of you have actually given us some cool song ideas that we've actually injected into the set. You probably know some of these songs, but good friends, you know, come up to us and say, hey, why don't you play this song or that song? And if it makes sense, we'll do it. You know, one of those songs has come out to be known as the disco song. If you've been to a Hot Flash show, you know which one it is because most people don't know the name, but they love to dance to it. And some other stuff as well. So again, thank you. I mean, for me personally, coming up on my 58th year next year, I just never know when it's going to end, right? You know, I always go out, you know, with that next gig as it could be my last gig. You know, unfortunately, I heard of over the weekend, a musician over in, I think it was South America somewhere, got electrocuted and died, just hugging a fan, you know, just showing his appreciation and gratitude. And, you know, it's really upsetting. And if you've seen the Bon Jovi documentary, which I highly recommend, I'm sure John didn't think his career would just come to an end. He's working hard. Hopefully he can get back. And, you know, the fellows in Nickelback, you know, wherever you land on them, to me, they're a great hard rock band. They've actually had some health challenges and scares in their band. And yours truly has actually, you know, had some stuff in the past. So, you know, you just never know when that last time on stage, or I should say the next time on stage will be your last. So thank you for that. Anyway, next section of the video is going to be a little insight to what I do on guitar, because I don't do guitar lessons, right? So if you want to punch out here, it's probably a good time. But I'm going to continue and just kind of share with you some of the things that I do and the philosophy of the band. Okay, the next part is I'm going to kind of share with you how I approach some of the songs in Hot Flash. You know, I said this over and over again, Hot Flash doesn't use any tracks. To me, being a Bob Major, Ken Miner in the past, kind of the fun using quantitative rationalization is figuring out different sounds and textures and tones of how I could incorporate that to make the sound bigger in Hot Flash. And Khan does similar things on the bass. You'd have to ask him what he does. I've seen some incredible videos of some guitar players locally, nationally, shredding to a song. That's not me. I could sit in my room, you know, from now until the cows come home, and I'm not gonna be able to shred like any of that stuff. So that actually at the Sammy Hagar concert the other night, a friend came up and asked us if we do any Sammy Hagar, Van Halen era songs. And I said to her, I go, I can't play that. She goes, of course you can. I go, no, I really can't. But, you know, listen, you got to know your levels and limitations. And, you know, I subscribe to philosophy of Marcus Buckingham of know your strengths, right? Work on your strengths and build that. And that's what I've done. But I've actually just made a short little video that shows you, you know, I kind of get my thrills on stage doing certain, you know, solos or whatnot. And to me, it's all about, you know, not only the solo, but the performance. So I'm going to inject that right here. So everything that I get, all the tones that I get come from this thing over here. And it literally, I got this in 2007. It literally took me 4 years to figure out tones and what I wanted to achieve and how to get out of it everything that it can offer. And it was a long, frustrating process, but once I kind of dialed it in and figured out the technology, it worked out great. So this is a song that, you know, we've kind of put into the set list a little bit, and it requires keyboards. Hot Flash is a keyboardless band. Yes, you may hear enhancements occasionally, maybe a droning sound. Khan actually programs that in his room. It may be a droning C. But for this song, it actually required keyboard essence. So I figured I'd put it in. Maybe you know this song. So a keyboard sound, pretty cool. Maybe, like I said, maybe you know the song, maybe you don't. If you do, write in the comments. Okay, so one of my biggest influencers is The Edge from U2, because I love, again, what he does with technology and what he does with his effects. And I remember watching a documentary, it's him, Jack White, and Jimmy Page, and he was hitting two notes, and they were like, nothing was going on. And then he added in all his effects, and they were like, oh my God, that's amazing. It was the song Elevation. Well, there's a song by Duran Duran that has what's called an arpeggiator. That's what Nick Rhodes uses, and I think he actually uses it very tastily in the songs. But again, we're a keyboardless band, and I was like, I wonder if I could figure out something that sounds cool. The song is Hold Back the Rain. I always say it's a cross between like Hungry Like the Wolf and Rio. But during the verse, it has this really cool kind of synth, and I was like, well, how can I duplicate that on guitar and get that arpeggiating modulation? And I came up with something like this, very easy to play. So not a lot going on, but to me, part of the process of figuring out things is how I can get this board to make those sorts of sounds. And I spent many hours, probably more hours at times, working on this and actually practicing songs, but it pays off. So that's another one. For those of you that have been to a show lately, you know we've kind of added the song Push It into it, right? And I think it's a great song all around. One of the things I really like or love about it is the heavy bass keyboard in the beginning. And again, like, just kind of going through things and seeing what I can get out of the board, I was like, I can get that type of tone. And there's different effects that I use in there. That's a secret sauce, can't tell you that. But, I think it comes out really, really cool in the beginning when we open it up. And then during the kind of rhythm part, it required a different type of tone, something more in an octave fashion. So I created this tone for that. It just works. And one thing that I always hear from the crowd is like they always say how they could hear all the instruments distinctly, which is important to us, to make sure there's clarity between each instrument and not an oversaturation where it just kind of sounds like one big whoosh. So that's something that we work kind of hard on. Okay, another song that makes it in and out of the set was actually something I've wanted to do for years, but until a fan recommended and I brought it to the fellas, then it finally made its way to the set list, and it's gone over pretty well. To me, this guitar player, Johnny Marr, next level. He's a genius. If you think about what he did with the Smiths at such a young age, it's incredible. But when I heard this song, I guess I probably heard it later on, like in '91. I was just enamored by by just the quality of this rhythmic style. And you know, we've added it. This one actually wasn't that difficult to figure out, but it comes out really great. Just love that. And you know, there's a rhythm part to it as well, where I go to a different setting. Another huge guitar influencer on me is Billy Duffy from The Cult. And you know, we love The Cult. We'd love to do more Cult in the set. We just don't know where it fits in. Some songs, you know, connect better than others, but this was always a fun one to play. Kind of had two different approaches to this song. In the beginning with the kind of a clean intro, and then during the break, kind of the middle break, a different one. So I'll give you an example of each. Love how that delay just kind of echoes out, and then to kind of keep the heavy motif going in the middle, I've injected this one. Love what Billy Duffy did on that album, Love, and just love his stuff in general. An epic guitar player. Okay, something a little different. We're starting to put more Bon Jovi into the set list, and you know, anyone who knows me knows that Richie Sambora is a huge influence on me. The guy's just incredible, and we're thinking of adding, you know, this song that you may or may not recognize with the talk box. It's not "Living on a Prayer." I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. I've seen some bands do this song, and I hear the Sambora talk box, but I don't see Sambora on stage. It's hysterical to me. But we'll see if this makes it into it. Like I said, the creative process is the fun part to me. So we haven't actually ran that, but you know, we'll see. If it's my life and my choices, I'll definitely have it in there. Another song that we've recently added with keyboards, and you know, it is a keyboard heavy song, but I was like, I could figure that out, and I wouldn't have to run a track for it. And I'll make it sound pretty authentic, and based on when we play it, the crowd really seems to connect with it. I think you've all, you know, if you've been to a show lately, you know what I'm talking about. It's this one. Every time I play that riff, people know exactly what it is. And then when it gets, you know, a little bit guitar and keyboard heavy, I want to kind of blend the two. So I came up with something like this. I use a wah on that as well, but man, I'm sitting down so I can't get to that. Okay, so the last riff in this whole cacophony of ridiculousness is something, you know, from probably my biggest guitar influencer, and that's the Edge. Not only from the rhythmic standpoint, but from the effects. And you know, he was doing a lot of interesting things prior to the Joshua Tree, but when the Joshua Tree started out with this, you know, epic riff, it was just next level. It was unbelievable. I've tried to reproduce it. I think because I use a guitar with active pickups, I can't get the exact tone. But again, this is a song that is really connecting now with people, and we love playing it. I just love how that delay just carries. It's so cool. Anyway, thanks for humoring me in this boredom time of a Sunday afternoon while Laura's away. Thankfully, she lets me do all this fun stuff. Anyway, have a great day, y'all.